And good evening to you. Welcome to high school basketball action on Central Illinois Sports, live from the Winchester Elementary School Gymnasium for day number 2 of the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. John and Jack are alongside tonight. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports, and 2 championship bracket quarterfinals coming your way this evening from Winchester. First, it's the number 1 seeded Routt Catholic Rockets, who enter this contest with a record of 14-1 on the season, taking on a 12-4 Payson Seymour squad, who started the year 2-2 and have been having a really nice year since that point. Tyler Dushinsky's team really playing well, trying to pull an upset. And then, well, a rivalry matchup, Brown County and Camp Point Central in the nightcap. 2 dandy matchups for you tonight on Central Illinois Sports. Glad you've chosen to spend some of your evening with us. We understand there may be a football game going on as well this evening, but it will really not compare at all to the action you'll get to see here at the 100th Invitational Tournament. So put that on your little screen on the phone, put Central Illinois Sports on your big screen, and be able to follow along with all the great high school basketball action. It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is serving the entire area with high-quality banking needs close to home. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We'll hear from some of the sponsors helping to bring this game to you tonight on Central Illinois Sports. When we come back, we'll talk more about this matchup between Payson, Seymour, and Routt. Don't go away.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Routt and Payson Seymour gearing up for this championship bracket quarterfinal. Recapping what happened on Saturday, well, Routt escaped with a 3-point win over Triopia, 55-52. They actually led by 10 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in that contest. Allowed it to get all the way down to a 3-point game. Honestly, could have been a 2-point game if Ryan Snow hadn't missed the front end of a 2-shot technical foul call. And then Triopia could have had a chance to tie or win it. As it was, they got a decent look at a 3. Austin Struby's 3 went just to the right of the rim, and Routt survived and advances here in the second round. Payson Seymour had a little easier task as they were matched up against a Young Pleasant Hill squad and won that game 62-35. Brown County was a 68-30 winner against Carrollton in the Battle of the Green Teams. Camp Point Central defeated Western 60-29. Porta AC Central keep on rolling as they beat Carlinville 72-40. Greenfield Northwestern, they finally dispatched of Liberty in the second half. 62-41 was the final there. The home squad, West Central, looked very good against Calhoun. 68-34 the final. And then Griggsville Perry, talk about looking good. They were clicking on all cylinders on Saturday evening as they blew out North Green 72-36. That sets up matchups this evening on the championship side of the bracket. Routt and Payson Seymour in this contest, followed by Brown County and Camp Point Central, and a game scheduled to tip around 7:45. Tomorrow it's Triopia as they'll take on Pleasant Hill at 5:30. Then Carrollton and Western will play at 7 o'clock. The consolation side there. On the championship side of the bracket, Porta AC will take on Greenfield Northwestern. On Wednesday at 5:30 on the consolation side, it's Carlinville and Liberty. And at 7 o'clock, Calhoun and North Green. And then back on the championship side of the bracket, a rematch of a game that was a dandy at Griggsville Perry back in early December when the Tornadoes won 55-50. They and West Central match up at 8:30 on Wednesday night in what's sure to be a packed gymnasium that evening. This evening, it's the number one ranked in this tournament and number one ranked in the 1A AP polls, the Routt Rockets, and the upstart Payson Seymour squad with second-year head coach Tyler Ushensky looking to make a little noise in this 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament. Glad you've tuned in here on Central Illinois Sports. Make sure to like the Facebook page, give us a follow on Twitter, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel if you would. That'll help you keep up to date with all the things we have coming up for you the rest of the season and beyond on Central Illinois Sports. Let's pause for a break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll talk more with you from the Winchester Invitational Tournament after this.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival. Play some disc golf on our new championship course. Spend the day fishing or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons. Stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story, which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with the story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. 11 minutes to tip off here on Central Illinois Sports. It's the Payson Seymour Indians and the Routt Catholic Rockets. And Jack, this Routt squad have done like a lot of number one teams have done in this tournament. And they got a little bit of a scare in the first round game, and they still figured out a way to advance. That's because they're a pretty solidly built basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that played in the sectional championship, so they've had the opportunity to have that little bit of sweat on them. Now, the one I was impressed with was Bryson Mossman, the freshman, coming out there and playing like he was a junior or a senior. He's not afraid of the game at all, and he was a difference maker in that game just like he was in the Waverly Championship game.
What do you think about that young freshman, Jack? He seems like a kid that really doesn't have any fear in him, and man, there's been some good freshmen playing this tournament, and he might be one of the best before it's said and done.
I like this part about him. He kind of reminds me of the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. Whatever I need to do to get the ball to the basket, whatever, it might be a little unorthodox at times, but here's the thing, it only counts when it goes through the hoop, right?
We saw this squad from Payson Seymour the other day, and a Pleasant Hill team that's fairly young, and the thing about it is Payson Seymour didn't really mess around much in that contest. They took care of business, and man, you talk about a shooting day. How about the day Lane Barker had in that contest?
And they were not afraid to put the threes up at all. I heard in the Carlinville game with Porta, they set a record for most three-pointers attempted or tied it. Okay, but the way Payson was shooting threes, I thought maybe they were the team that had shot the most. Wow, they were not afraid to put the three up, and when he settles into that zone, you better be able to shoot the ball when you're playing against him.
Well, I think one of the things that Payson will want to do is make that three-point shot. And the thing about it is not only Barker, but you have the likes of Blake Schwartz, who can be a tremendous shooter. We've seen Deeker be a much-improved shooter here. And this is a squad from Payson Seymour that has really improved since we saw them the first week of the season at the Pittsfield tournament.
Don't forget about Nyson. He's probably as athletic as anybody on the court, and he is very quick. Whereas Deeker really adds a lot of that bulk, but he's not real tall. They can ill afford to get in much foul trouble. That's going to be the thing with them, and I think that's kind of true around also.
When you talk about pressure in a contest, is the pressure all on this Routt team when it comes to being the number one ranked team in the tournament and the number one ranked team in the state?
It's got to be. And when have you seen an 8th ranked team with a 12-4 record? I mean, that's an amazing record for a team that's rated 8th in this tournament.
Well, and I think part of that is when the seeding meeting happened, Payson Seymour hadn't played a ton of games. They did really well at the tournament at Minden Unity and claimed the championship there. And so that's what's kind of kickstarted them. And I like what Coach Tyler Dushinsky has this season. He kind of noticed, I think, last season, like some of us did from afar, that that first year transition was tough on some kids. It was a different system, different learning things, but he stuck with it. He stayed very positive with his team, and it's really paying dividends here in this early part of this year.
Yeah, I think they're a fairly relaxed team, whereas they might have been a little bit more tense. And I really thought Brian Ray did a tremendous job at Payson. Tyler Dushinsky's probably a little bit more of a have a little bit more fun type guy, and the kids will start relating to that a little bit. And this is a group that, there's no big guys on the team. In fact, when I asked him how tall they were, he said, just put down we're not very tall, because we're not very tall.
Well, they aren't very tall, and that means a guy like Michael Wilson could have a big day. I'm going to talk about the technical called on Wilson the other day, if we can, for a moment. I don't know what the letter of the law is, and I don't really care. He dunked the basketball after a whistle. How many times in a game have you seen a kid shoot a three after the whistle, or shoot a layup, or do a little windmill move, flip it up with the rim, and it tries to get it to spin in? What's the difference than dunking the ball when he didn't hang on the rim? Who did he really insult, and how did he really delay the game at that point? It took longer to make a decision to call a technical on the young man than it did if they just played on.
One of the officials that I was talking to in between the two, and of course not going to mention any names, said that technical wouldn't have happened if the one on slapping the backboard wouldn't have happened. They don't think either one of them would have got called, maybe if you start over again. But, hey, it's all in the heat of the battle. The referees did a nice job, and it didn't affect the outcome of the game, but it sure could have. Oh, my.
Darn sure could have. In this contest tonight, good crowd on hand. A lot of purple in the gym right now. Routt fans are really excited to follow this team. They had the most successful team in program history last season, and they're trying to one-up that this year. 14-1 is nothing to sneeze at.
And to win in the Waverly tournament when you're the one-rated team, holding that one seed the way they seed things, that's pretty good. and they came away beating a team that beat them in the pretzel tournament at the beginning of the season in New Berlin, who's a pretty darn good team also.
Let's pause on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show to hear from some of the sponsors helping to bring this game to you tonight. We'll talk about keys to the game next on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Two Wheel Trading Company on Facebook. That's your bike dealer. You can find at 110 West Main Street in Mount Sterling, Illinois, or go to @2Wheels Trading Company on Instagram. Phone 217-257-0463. Your authorized Marin Bikes dealer. Full service on any brand of bike. They're also offering 25% off accessories and safety gear with any new bike purchase in January, plus kicking off a buy one, get one free on select 2022 models this month. Two Wheels Trading Company, 110 West Main Street, Mount Sterling.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, with 2 locations to serve you in Bluffs and Meridosha. My wife and I have a long history with the Bank of Bluffs and its friendly staff. When we have needed a friend in the banking world, the Bank of Bluffs has always been in the right place for us. The Bank of Bluffs, the small town bank with a big heart for customers. Plus, you are dealing with your friends and neighbors every day. Why be a number when the Bank of Bluffs will treat you with respect and as a friend? The Bank of Bluffs and the Meridosha Community Bank, member FDIC.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
Welcome back at the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament, 100 years. Kenny Stouffer is here, a longtime coach at the Griggsville Perry Junior High. He said, hey, I like to spend some time in that history room, which is hard to believe, but he was talking about some of the great teams in the Griggsville Perry history. And Jack, you start taking a look at the teams that are in this tournament. There's a lot of teams that don't exist anymore because all those schools are together now.
Well, they've all consolidated and joined together and co-opted all that. But, you know, Max Greer here, and I just want you to know that Kenny Stouffer is probably about 10 years younger than Max Greer, I do believe.
Well, that's good. Hey, let's talk about keys to the game in this contest. Presented by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org. One of the keys in this contest for Payson Seymour is really being tenacious with that zone defense and keeping the ball out of Michael Wilson's hands in the paint.
Yeah, Michael Wilson, if he will not shoot threes and get himself where he needs to be today, I felt like in the last game he was out beyond the perimeter, and that's great if you make him, but when you're as big as he is compared to the rest of the guys, and even when he was playing Triopia, a much more experienced guy than Beck and some of those guys, he had an opportunity to go down low and be a difference maker. He'll have to do that in this game for Routt to win.
Routt also, they're going to have to concentrate on Mossman, and I know that's crazy to say when you have all the weapons that Routt does, but if you could keep Mossman out of double digits, I think you have a shot if you're Payson Seymour to knock off this Routt squad.
Let's face it, Routt's games have been in the 40s and the high 30s. Payson would like to have a game in the 60s or almost 70s, and I don't know that bodes well for Routt if it gets into that situation.
If you are Routt, you have to be a little more specific on shot selection in this contest and know who are your shooters. Your shooters in this game, Mossman, Killian, Wilson. Other than that, you're going to need those other guys to do some things. I think Merwin's a guy that can shoot the ball from the outside as well and be a versatile player. And that's nothing against kids like Waylon, who we saw have a couple of baskets. Long came in and have a couple of baskets for them. And Turner's been a kid who's shown he can get to the rim. But in crunch time, Rout's got to figure out who their go-to guys are.
Hey, and Long came off the bench and hit a couple threes for him, too. And his grandma and grandpa are here today. Bill Long, a former assistant coach and head coach at Franklin. A lot of basketball history up and down this line with this team. But you're right. You know, you're going to have to see some of those guys come in and make some threes up and down the lineup.
They're going to have the national anthem here prior to this first contest. Central Illinois Sports is where you're watching the game tonight. A gym that is about 3/4 of the way full. We think we'll have a pretty decent-sized crowd for that Brown County and Camp Point Central game as well. Really looking forward to both of these matchups here tonight. Let's pause for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. We'll have the play-by-play as number 1 Routt takes on the Payson Seymour Indians, ranked number 8 in the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
Well, the national anthem has been played. We're just about ready to tip off this contest. Starting lineups brought to you by Bowlers Universe. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays 4 to midnight. Check out their great menu at Bowlers Universe and enjoy all the fun that is at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. Let's first meet the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Payson Seymour Indians. Tyler Duschinski's squad is 12-4. They'll start at a guard, a 6-foot senior, Richie Martin. At the second guard, the 5'9" sophomore Lane Barker. And at the third guard, he is a 6'2" junior, Wyatt Nyson. At a fourth guard for this squad is the 6-foot senior Brian Deeker. And then the sharpshooting sophomore and Blake Schwartz starts at the fifth guard. So really a 5-guard spot. Nyson and Deeker can play some forward, really, but they're really more guards. So it's a very athletic group with Schwartz, Nyson, Deeker, Barker, and Martin for Payson Seymour. For the number 1 seed Routt Rockets, 14-1 under head coach Will Whalen. They'll start at a guard, a 6'2" senior Will Merwin. At a second guard, a 6-foot senior Joe Whalen. And at the third guard is the 5'10" junior Nolan Turner. At a forward, he is a 6'5" senior Michael Wilson. And at the fourth guard spot is the 6'2" senior Nolan Killian. Killian, Turner, Wilson, Whalen, and Merwin for this Routt Rocket squad.
Looks like maybe you're right, John. Maybe Mossman snuck into the starting lineup tonight. I believe you're correct. That's my fault. I asked for if there were any changes, and I asked one of the assistants, and so messed it up on there. Tell you what, 3 of the 4 teams left on this side of the bracket are basically 5 guards starting, are they not?
There's a lot of athletes out there.
Man.
Hey, by the way, it's nothing against Turner because Turner's a good athlete as well. I'd start Mossman too, the way he played the other day.
I'd start him in place of almost anybody, just the way he's been playing. And everybody's shirts are tucked in. We're ready to go. And officiating crew with a lot of experience. Ought to be a fun one. Charlie here for your play-by-play.
Payson Seymour in the visiting blue uniforms this evening with the white numbers and black trim. Routts in the home whites with the purple numbers and gold trim tonight. It's high school basketball action from the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament, and the tip is up and kicked out of bounds by Routt. It'll be Payson Seymour basketball.
Turnover?
Routt will have the arrow. You have to control it to have a turnover.
Yeah, the possession arrow will go to white, they said.
That is correct.
Yep.
Because they never possessed it. All right, we're underway. Barker with it on the left wing where he hit so many shots against that squad from Pleasant Hill just days ago. Now to Schwartz deep in the corner left side. Man-to-man by Routt to start the contest. Ball comes to Deeker, drives inside, kicks it back out. Schwartz looking for Barker now. Good ball movement by Payson Seymour, and good rotation defensively by Routt. Here's a pass inside to Deeker off the window and in for 2, and Routt takes an early 2-0 advantage on the first basket of the contest. 7:25 to play in the first.
Ed Wilson out there playing almost at the top and switching off a lot, trying to guard the three-point shot.
Payson Seymour settles into the 1-2-2 zone. Killian has it out top, works to Mossman right side, knocked out of there by Richie Martin. Really nice execution by Payson Seymour on their first possession of the game. Little pick and roll action here with Deeker, who finishes at the rim for 2.
Payson and Liberty both, no matter what coach, they've played a lot of zone over the years, and they've had good success with it.
7:05 left in the opening period. Routt has Merwin out front, and they're kind of confused on what they want to do here against this Payson zone. I would expect that's what they were expecting. They'll work it down low to Wilson. He's bodied up now, tries to go underneath. Reverse layup won't fall, and the rebound down to Deeker. Deeker gets it to Nyson into the front court. Pushes in the corner to Barker. Back out Nyson. Top of the key. Deeker straight on 3. Get good. Deeker from downtown makes it 5-0 Payson Seymour as the Indians capitalize on their first 2 possessions of this contest.
Brian Deeker's a great athlete, and he's proven it right off the bat.
Well, he's really improved as a shooter as well. You can tell he's really worked on that part of his game. Whalen on the right side goes to Killian. Deep 3, top of the key for the answer, and in.
That's an important shot, because if he doesn't make that and they give up the rebound, you never know what might happen next.
Killian's a kid that can put up points in a hurry, though.
Yep, he's a good one.
Killian has an untied shoe. He's trying to get the ref's attention, saying, hey, I need to tie that. Now, Martin gets by him on the baseline. Shot put up is good by Richie Martin with his first 2 points of the ball game to make it a 7-3 score.
He'll fool you with his speed, will he not?
Yeah, pretty quick first step. Now they'll let him tie his shoe. Well, they let Killian, as Martin kind of recognized. He said, well, Killian's got an untied shoe. I think I'll try to go by him. Does so on the baseline. And Richie Martin having a good senior season as we take a look at that play on the Northwestern Mutual replay.
That helps Payson get set up on the defense, though.
Yeah, it does. Now they'll play the 3-quarter court zone. Into the front court, Mossman. Down on the baseline, Wilson. Bumped, but turns around, puts it up, no good. Nyson secures the board. His second of the contest for the blue-clad Indians of Payson Seymour. Martin with it out top, kicks right side. Deeker for a 3, rims in and out, no good. Nyson rebound, put back though on a second chance opportunity for the Indians, and makes it a 9-3 advantage. Here's a ball tipped now in the backcourt, knocked out of bounds, last touch by Routt. And Routt a little rattled. They'll call a timeout here with 5:26 to play in the first. Indians coming out with good energy here in the early going. 5:26 to play in the first. It's Payson Seymour 9, Routt 3.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
5:26 left first quarter. Payson jumps out to a 9-3 lead, their biggest of the ball game, and Routt calls the timeout. It will be Payson basketball as we're back to live action.
Yeah, Routt had that turnover with the ball deflected in the backcourt, then went off of Whalen out of bounds. So Payson Seymour a 6-point lead and the possession here. Nyson with it out top against the man-to-man defense of Routt. Right side Barker. They bounce it down to the paint. Tough pass is on the floor after it now. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Payson Seymour basketball.
Ooh.
How about the hustle by Richie Martin to get down and dirty that time?
I liked what he did. I liked what Michael Wilson did, but he just didn't get the bounce that time. But Rout's really playing the defense a lot tighter right now.
Here's Barker in the corner. They don't want him to shoot it. Now Schwartz will fire from downtown, and here come the Indians.
We've seen the Schwartz boys shoot it over the years.
9-point lead, 12-3 out of the gates. We still have 4:54 to play in the first quarter. Merwin out between the circles to Whalen. Out top now Killian. Rout's offense has worked to Wilson. His shot again no good, and another rebound for Wyatt Nyson, his third on the defensive side. Into the front court, Barker, 3, no good. A rebound soaring high for it is Whalen for Routt. He'll take it across. Shovels it out to Merwin.
For Routt, you can't panic.
Nope, got to be patient here. A lot of game left. Here's a deep 3 now again by Killian, and he's trying to shoot this team right back in it. Killian's got his second 3 of the game and makes it a 12-6 score on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. 4:10 to play in the opening quarter. Nyson with it out top. Works a pass that was right to Whalen, and he will steal it away. Turnover on Payson. Seymour is their first. Halfway home in this first period. Routt down 6, but on the attack. Merwin left side. 3 ball, won't fall. Rebound down to Wilson. Big boy move there. Puts it up no good. And the rebound to Brian Deeker. Once Deeker gets the board, you don't rip it out of his hands very often. Here's Barker. You can really tell they're keen on him. The problem with that is that usually gives Schwartz the opportunity to get set up. And now a traveling going to be called on Deeker. A turnover on the Indians, their second. Allows a new man to come into the game. That's Nolan Sparks, the 6-foot freshman for Payson Seymour. He sits down Barker.
Sit Barker down because he's getting a little anxious. He can really put some points up. Give him a break. Let him look at the game a little bit.
3:30 to play in the first. 12-6 Payson Seymour.
You come out and get Killian from about 25 in, don't you?
Right side Merwin. Now you don't want him to get comfortable out there like this one. It's up and it's good again. He's 3 for 3 from downtown and makes it a 12-9 score.
He's got all 9, and he shot it from 24 foot every time.
I'd say if he's in the half court, he has a chance to be open.
Put him with that freshman from North Green. They'd had some three-point shooters.
Here's Schwartz now for a 3. Rattles in and out, no good. Merwin the board. Here come the Rockets trying to cut it to 1 or tie the game here with a 3. Mossman, Killian, out top Merwin. Around the horn they find Long, who's into the game for the first time. Here's a deep 3, Killian short on the heat check shot, and the rebound down to the Indians. Martin brings it into the front court, didn't have numbers. And now the Indians will slow it down a hair. Sparks left side, he'll fire away from downtown. It's no good, just off a hair that time. And Merwin another board. He'll find Mossman leaking back. Mossman got off of his feet and turned it over. You could tell he had a little indecision there whether he wanted to shoot it or pass it, and threw it away. The turnover on a Routt here gives Payson Seymour a chance with 2:22 to play in the first. Schwartz. Nyson back to Schwartz, deep left side. Going to work it down low to Deeker. He muscles up and in for 2.
He can jump, Kenny. 7 for him already.
Nice little post move by Deeker. 7 of the team's first 14. 2:04 to play in the first.
I like the way each team's reacted to the other's attacks, though.
Really good energy, though, from Payson Seymour in the early going. Here's Mossman for a 3. He won't go. Good box out. Indians not giving up very many second chance opportunities here in the early going. Deeker with it, top of the key, gets it to Nyson. Down low, Martin looks in the lane, now tries to back his way in. Out top, Sparks, they run him off the line. Good ball movement, they get it down to Deeker. A little turnaround, was a little rushed, and the rebound pulled in by Killian.
They've missed 3 shots, have been down about three-fourths of the way.
Merwin to Killian out top, 1:29 to play in the first. 14-9 is the Payson Seymour advantage. Routt doesn't look rattled, though, I don't think.
No, not at all.
I think they're very patient. They've been down this season before. Here's Merwin, left side 3, no good. Both teams have kind of fallen in love with the three-pointer. Now Richie Martin takes a spill, but got the ball out of his hands to Nyson, who will walk it up.
His second board, and he did not travel. That was the big thing about losing his footing there.
I like what Martin has brought here in the first quarter, though, some grit. Here's Deeker left wide open just inside the free throw line, off the mark. Whalen the board, under a minute to play in the first, threw it away, right into the hands of Nyson. Nyson keeps his eyes up as he brings it down the floor.
Third turnover on Routt, 2 on Payson.
Long skip pass to Sparks. Schwartz now with 40 seconds to play in the first. Gets it into Deeker, attacks the rack, up and good as it hung on the rim and fell on in. 9 for Deeker to make it 16-9. Indians on the Trucks scoreboard. 30 ticks to play in this first. Merwin into a double team, out of it, stolen away by Deeker. Deeker then fouled on the breakaway by Whalen as he poked him from behind in the first foul of this contest.
Good foul by Whalen, though. He wasn't going to let him have the layup, and Deeker would have smashed it if he'd have got the chance.
Here's Schwartz sitting down. Barker back in. 23.9 seconds to play in the first.
4 turnovers on Routt now.
By the letter of the law, I'm not sure Tyler Dushinsky is wrong. That could have been an intentional foul. Now Martin down low gets free and puts it up and in for 2.
He's got 4.
Attacking at the short corner is Payson Seymour, and they lead by 9 with 7 seconds to play in the first.
Ties their biggest.
Merwin with it at the volleyball line. Down low, wide open, long. He'll put it up and in for 2, and Routt will cut it down to a 7-point game as the buzzer sounds. Good patience by the Rockets. They found the open man in long at the backside under the basket. He beats the buzzer, and after 1, it's Payson Seymour 18, Routt 11.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls in Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Routt will have the basketball, trailing 18-11. They're 4 of 13, 32%, 3 of 7 from the arc. Payson 8 of 14, red hot, 57%, 2 of 6 from the arc, and 2, 5, 6, 7 rebounds for the Indians in the first quarter.
Routt with the basketball, down 7, but they beat a buzzer to cut it a little closer there as they found Long open in the transition game. They start with Long, Merwin, Killian, Mossman, and Wilson here in the second frame. Mossman, long skip pass over to Merwin. In the middle, Wilson, shot fake, little one-handed shot, no good. And the rebound down to Barker for Payson Seymour.
Wilson hadn't been able to buy a bucket, and Payson's been there with the defensive board each time.
Deeker, Martin, Barker, Nyson, and Sparks to start the second period. Here's Deeker, 3, and he's red hot.
Light him up, buddy. He's got 12.
And makes it 21-11.
Biggest lead right now.
On the Trucks LLC scoreboard for all of your diesel repair needs, it's Trucks, 217-922-0044. Left side, Killian. Out top, Merwin. Over to Mossman. Going to fire away, trying to answer. Rims in and out, all the way down and pop back out. Rebound fought for, and it's ripped away by Nyson.
What a job by Nyson, taking it away from everybody. His 4th board.
And now he'll be fouled from behind as the foul whistled on Killian.
Oh, was it Killian? I thought it was Long. I'll be darned.
He whistled it on 4.
Yep, you're right. I knew you would be.
Man, I could cut that in a replay anytime.
Second foul of the ball game, both on Routt. Looks like a Macomb tournament where they didn't call many. I like that.
I like letting them play a hair, don't you?
Let her play.
Here's Barker with the basketball. Sparks now Nyson out front.
Better find Deeker there, boys.
He's having a good game and really has let things come to him as well. On the right side, Barker for a 3. It's off the mark. Wilson with the rebound over the back is Nyson.
Nyson picks up the first foul on Payson of the ball game. His first, team first over the back. Nice job by Wilson getting position. He just out-jumps everybody. 21-10, 6:30 left in the half. Payson with the lead.
Merwin into the front court. Works it to Mossman. Mossman puts it on the deck, kicks to the wing. Left side, Long. They don't let him get set up. Now he's caught on the baseline, finds Wilson. Kicks it back out on the right side. Now Killian. Killian, another 3, and he is 4 of 4. Get that man the ball if you're out.
He's as hot as the man on the other side.
21-14 the score. He's got 12 of his squad's 14. Here's a dribble drive by Deeker right to the rim and in for 2. He says, not just for football anymore is Brian Deeker. 23-14. We saw Deeker play first as just a youngster during the COVID season. We were impressed by him that day and haven't really lost that feeling since.
Such a good kid.
Here's Merwin, fakes, now puts it on the dribble, gets it to Mossman, blow by, little left-hand runner-up is good. Pretty move by the freshman.
Yeah, he, like I said, he just creates a lot of things.
23-16, a little back-and-forth trade of baskets here in the last few moments of this second period. Deeker, heat check, still on fire.
17 in the first half. We've seen that a few times on Saturday.
26-16. Have a day, Brian Deeker. 5:07 still to play in this half.
He's beating Routt by a point.
Here's Killian trying to answer. It's too long, but he's fouled 5 feet behind the three-point line, and he will shoot 3 shots.
Foul by Barker, a youngster foul. You don't want to do that one. Put him into the free throw line. Killian's got 12. Let's see if he can shoot from the short distance after making them from 19-9 and beyond. First one up is good.
Saturday, March 18th will be the annual Ty Rylander Memorial Run. Remembering Ty Rylander Facebook page. We'll have more information soon. Proceeds have benefited youth in the Pike County and surrounding areas. Make sure to check it out and get signed up.
Killian makes the second one on the Harry Waggy crawler.
26-18 on the Trucks scoreboard. 5:04 to play in the half. Fun game so far in this one.
My goodness. 3 for 3? You betcha, my friend. 15 for him.
Will Killian. Hey, you have 15 in the first half, and you think that's pretty good, and then you look Deeker's way. How many for him?
He's got 17 in the half, a long way from being over.
By the way, 15 and a half, just fine, if you're wondering.
Yeah, that's really
good. Or in
good.
a game, or as Jack and John and I call that,
a career.
A heck of a career. Here's Nyson going to try the move. Stripped and stolen away by Wilson as he just took it right out of his midst that time.
Not a shot of turnover?
I think he just stripped it.
Yep.
Out top Killian.
Nice
over to
job,
Merwin.
Wilson.
Long, left side 3, good. I like this long kid. He comes in not afraid to put it up.
He's got 5.
Makes it 26-22, down to a 4-point game. It was a 10-point game just moments ago. That 3 ball, or 3 free throws as it may be, can add them up in a hurry.
Rout's not backing down.
Nyson tried to go to the corner, stolen away. Killian feeds Merwin on the run out into the front court. He'll put it up off the backboard. Wilson comes down with it, puts it up and in for 2. I think he was setting him up for the dunk that time. Either way, it cuts it down to a 2-point game, 26-24. Deeker, right side Sparks, little pick and roll action. Back to Deeker, right side 3, bang, it goes again.
Give him 20.
I mean, this kid is on fire. They don't even want to stand next to him. He's so hot right now. 3:43 to play in the half. And on the other side, Killian's not too far behind. Here's Long to Killian, left side, guarded by the freshman Sparks in the zone. Finds the cutter in Merwin. Merwin puts up a fadeaway shot, gets it to go. Nice finish by Merwin.
His first 2.
29-26. 3:25 to play in the first half at the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament.
They're close to what the score was of the Waverly Championship game.
Here's a drive, Deeker. Shot up no good. Rebound down to Merwin. Good defense that time by Wilson. Killian into the front court. Kicks to Mossman. Out top, Wilson for the 3 in the tie. No good. And Schwartz grabs the board.
He's just not patient in shooting that shot. Don't think that's where you want your big boy shooting the ball.
Seemed to be a little rushed. He has the ability to hit some of those shots. It just seemed a little quick that time in the possession.
When you got Killian and Mossman, he doesn't have to make that shot.
Nyson, Sparks left side 3. It's an air ball. And both teams kind of going away with the things that got them here.
Merwin 4 boards now.
And now we'll get a timeout called by Routt. They'll call their second timeout of the contest. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to play in the first half. 29-26, Payson Seymour leads Routt. Back after this.
At the First National Bank of Beardstown, you come first. We're dedicated to helping you in any way we can with a full line of financial products delivered by caring, experienced professionals. With locations in Beardstown, Murrayville, and Winchester, we're here to serve the region with your banking needs. Contact our Winchester location at 217-742-3134 or visit us online at bankingyoufirst.com. The First National Bank of Beardstown, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
2:38 left in the half. The Trucks LLC scoreboard, 29 for the Payson Seymour Indians, 26 for the #1 rated Routt Rockets. When it looked like Payson was running away, Routt came right back, and Coach Whalen called the timeout. He wants this game tied.
Inbounds pass comes left side, Merwin. Probably needed a little break for the squad that was out there, too. They have not subbed in a while.
Referees needed a break, I think.
Long, Merwin, 3-ball, trying to tie it short. And the rebound to Schwartz for Payson Seymour.
His second board. A lot of rebounds for Payson.
2:17 to play in the half. Nice look back door. Gets it into Deeker. Deeker shot up. They're going to call an offensive foul here.
Wow. Offensive foul, 5th turnover. Deeker gets called for the offensive foul. I wasn't even thinking about that in that spot, but I couldn't see the defenders at all.
Let's take a look at it on the Northwestern Mutual replay. And, hey, a pretty good job by Long to set up in there and take the harm as Deeker was trying to cut between a couple of guys. Came down but made contact with him. Good call.
If Long got hit by Deeker, he'll remember it tomorrow.
2:05 to play in the second period. Thanks to Sheila Davidsmeyer, financial advisor at Northwestern Mutual, for being our replay sponsor. Here's Long going to take in. Shot up no good. And the rebound down to Schwartz.
Pulls his 3rd rebound in 3 trips.
Into the front court, Sparks pulls it back out. Nice, and ends up with it top of the key. Now to Sparks. Over to Deeker, guarded by Wilson. Puts it on the deck. Drives inside, puts it up, muscles in. 2 more.
22.
31-26, and 22 of them from the senior, Brian Deeker.
He doesn't look like he's going to slow down.
He doesn't look tired, does he?
No.
1:25 to play in the half. Killian on the right side. Mossman. Back to Killian. Deep 3. Off the mark. Schwartz with the board for Payson Seymour.
4 trips down. Schwartz has got the defensive board.
Nice, and brings it across for Payson Seymour. Spins. Kicks it to Martin, and he travels. Shovel the feet on takeoff that time.
6 turnover on Payson, 4 on Routt. That's allowed Routt to come back in the game. A couple of those traveling calls you see on the wing when they break before they start dribbling.
Merwin with the basketball. He and Killian in the backcourt. Now they bring it across the time stripe. 59 seconds to play in what's been a fantastic first half.
If I'm Will Whalen, I'm pretty happy I'm in this situation.
Mossman, right side 3, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for the freshman Mossman.
5 for him.
31-29. 2-point game on the Trucks scoreboard. Nyson kicks it to Martin. Martin right side, Sparks. Now Deeker with Wilson out, hounding him. Both hands on him, and that's a foul.
Wilson picks up the foul, his first to the ball game, 3rd team foul. Long way from the 1-and-1 on either side, of course. 34.4 seconds left in the half. That's a long time for Payson to hold the ball.
I don't think you necessarily want to hold for one if you're Payson Seymour. Run your offense like you have been. Deeker with it out top against Wilson. He's pretty quick. Drives, kicks right side. Sparks for a 3. Good find, and the little freshman knocks it down.
Who was that?
Sparks. With a spark for his squad to make it 34-29. 15 seconds to play in the half.
These youngsters aren't afraid to shoot, are they?
Merwin with it out top with 10. To Killian, takes a glance at the clock.
Coach, I'm open.
Over to Merwin. Now to Killian with 5. Will Whalen trying to get his squad in motion. Killian, a tough, long 3, no good. And the first half comes to a close. It was a half that belonged for the most part to this Payson Seymour squad. But, man, you've got some youngsters in this game like Mossman, not afraid to fire it from downtown. At the half, it's Payson Seymour 34, Routt 29.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff's committed to making the car buying process simple and making each customer's needs satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by 3431 Main Street, Quincy, Illinois. After one quarter, it was Payson leading 18-11. At half, it's a 5-point lead, 34-29 Payson. The Rockets have turned the ball over 4 times. The Indians of Payson 6 times in the first half. A single foul on Joe Whalen, 1 on Nolan Killian, and 1 on Michael Wilson in the first half. On the Payson side, 1 on Lane Barker, 1 on Brian Deeker, and 1 on Wyatt Nyson. Shooting percentages before we go, 14 of 26 for Payson, 53.8%. 6 of 13 from the arc, 48%. And also no free throw shot. Routt side, 10 of 27, 37%. 6 of 15 from the arc, 40%. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 100%. 34-29. Payson with the lead at halftime on the Truck scoreboard. The Little Jess Motors halftime show with 28 threes taken in the first half. More comes your way on the halftime show after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on. Pressure's on You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Pressure's on You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Pressure's on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at No. 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Payson leads at 34-29 here at halftime over number 1 Routt. The number 8 Payson Seymour Indians leading 34-29 at half. They led by as much as 10 twice in the ball game, but Routt came storming back in this contest. Routt led by Nolan Killian with 15 points in the first half, 5 by Isaac Long off the bench, 5 by Bryson Mossman off the bench. 2 points for Michael Wilson, let's see, and 2 points from Will Merwin in the first half. Routt had 8 rebounds in the first half of the game, one of those on the offensive side by Wilson. On the other side, Brian Deeker leads the way with 22 points. He had 3 boards in the first half. Wyatt Nyson, 2 points in the first half and 5 rebounds. 4 points for Richie Martin. Also in the first half, Nolan Sparks had a 3 and Blake Swartz had a 3. Swartz had 4 boards in the first half also. We can tell you also before we go to break, they're honoring the McLaughlin family, friends of the tournament. Hal McLaughlin and sons Bill and Phil kept the scores table for over 30 years, manning the clock and the scores book. The McLaughlin family involved in the WIT several generations with many more to come. Thank you for your dedication to the WIT. 34-29, Payson with the lead. We take the break at halftime. Second half, play-by-play of this exciting game coming your way after these.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's been a great first half and 2 games we think will be dandies tonight. Camp Point Central and Brown County in a race in the second game, but we've got a lot of basketball to play in this one. 34-29, the lead for Payson. We've had no lead changes, no ties in the ball game. And Charlie, what do you think Rout's got to do to keep getting back in it? They came close a couple of times.
I'd probably find Brian Deeker on the offensive side and try not to let him get to the rim. Nothing against Deeker's outside shot, but I'd take a chance on him shooting 3. Something about that shot, 19-9 away compared to 2 feet away. It seems like the 2-footer is going to have a higher percentage. On the other side of things, on the offensive side for this Routt squad, man, they've got a lot of weapons, and I think Payson Seymour has been a little bit fortunate because they've given up some open looks for some guys who haven't knocked them down. Wilson's had some good looks inside. If those start to fall, Payson Seymour could be in trouble.
Yeah, Wilson's going to have a big second half here, I think, for Routt to be able to take the win in this one. Let's get her rolling. Charlie's got the call.
Payson Seymour starts with the basketball here in this second half. They have their original starters out there. Schwartz fires a 3, rims in and out, no good. Rebound loose and pulled down by Mossman for Routt. Routt with their original starters as well as Killian has the ball out front. They're working toward the right wing. Bounce pass into Wilson. Open turnaround 6-footer, no good. And the rebound down to Richie Martin. Into the front court. Barker, 3. The lefty lets it fly, no good. The sophomores for Payson Seymour, 0 for 2.
Barker, how many points did Barker have the other day? He was well into the 20s.
Yep. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. Schwartz out top, Deeker. Over to Nyson on the left side. Puts it on the deck. He'll pull up for a pretty tough jump shot off the bounce, and the rebound down to Whalen for Routt.
Joe Whalen's third board of the day.
A chance here for Routt to cut it closer. Down 5, 7-11 to play in the third. Out top, here's a three by Merwin, no good. Rebound, though, down to Mossman. And man, he just seems like he gets himself in a good spot every time. And he's got another 2.
Box out, and you had the rebound there. Payson looked like they had it.
Deeker with Wilson way out on him. Deeker drives to the free throw line, lost his footing for a moment. Gets it to Nyson, who drives in. Shot up, no good. Fouled. And he'll shoot 2 shots.
That's going to go against Killian, I do believe. That would be his second. Nope, I'm wrong. That's going to go against Mossman. That'll be his first. Free throws for Wyatt Nyson, 2 points on the day.
The only thing I will say about Nyson is it looked like he was still looking to pass there. He needs to be confident. He's one of the better offensive players on this team.
Nyson makes the first.
Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They have been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
First 2 free throws of the game, and Payson makes them both.
Makes it 36-31 Indians with 6:49 to play in this third period. Merwin and Killian in the backcourt. So they get it across the half-court line. Against the zone of Payson Seymour. Merwin out top. Right side, Killian, who had the hot hand. Now this one was a little short. And the rebound pulled down by Nyson, who's got a bunch of boards tonight.
6 boards on the night.
He gives the basketball to Deeker.
Deeker's got to let it come to him like he did in the first half.
Little 1-4. Now he fires a deep 3, no good, but goes and gets his own rebound as nobody boxed him out. To Schwartz, second chance opportunity, won't fall. Killian the board, gets it to Wilson on the run out into the front court. He drives in, floater up is good. They'll count the basket with an and one opportunity here.
Wilson's second bucket of the night. He'll get the and one.
Man tried to get in position to get the charge here, did Schwartz.
Schwartz picks up the foul, his first. Makes it a 36-33 game, and with the free throw, Michael Wilson can make it a 2-point game. They're perfect 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Wilson makes the free throw, doing what he can.
36-34 the score. Just over 6 minutes to play here in the third period. Schwartz on the right side. He'll try the dribble, drive in, gets to the rim. Left-hand runner no good. Mossman the board. He's fouled by Nyson.
Nyson will pick up the foul. It'll be his second team foul. Now, a couple of the Payson guys with their mouths open now and already look a little fatigued, so it'll be, depend a lot on how your rotations go now.
Neither team has done much subbing in this contest. 5:50 to play in the third, 36-34. Payson Seymour, but Routt on the attack, trying to tie it or take a lead. They've trailed by as many as 10 in the contest.
Killian and Merwin do a nice job out front.
They're patient out there. Really survey the floor well. Mossman right side. Out to Killian. Over to Merwin now on the left side. Skips it across to the freshman Mossman for the 3 in the lead. No good. And Barker gets the board for the Indians. Indians might want to slow it down a hair here offensively. See if they can't get the ball in the paint. Little pick and roll action. Now Nyson drives in, threw a pass in the corner. Extra one out top. Schwartz lets it fly from downtown. No good. Killian the board for Routt. Both teams have gotten a little cold from the 3 as they were red hot in that first half. Merwin has it to Killian out at the volleyball spike line. Wilson, left side, Merwin for the 3, no good. And again, Barker the board. 4:47 to play in the third. I think Payson Seymour's got to get back to that pick and roll. Now Richie Martin just blows by his guy. Shot up no good, but he's fouled, and Martin will shoot 2. He is deceivingly quick for this Payson Seymour squad.
Killian picks up his second, and that's why what I thought a little bit ago happened. They're lucky it didn't. It would have been his third, but just his second. And the second team fell on both teams. Martin's first one is up and good. Martin's got 5.
Real Net Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel or call 285-5013.
Both teams are perfect from the free throw line.
Richie Martin knocks them both down. Timeout Payson Seymour. 4:42 to play in the third. 38-34 Indians on top of Routt.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
We got a dandy, 38-34. Payson with the lead, 4:42 left in the third quarter. Payson called the timeout. It's Rocket basketball length of the court on the bandshell into this gymnasium.
Payson Seymour had that big burst in the first half. Can they maintain that type of play here in the latter part of this third quarter and down the stretch? Routt has showed multiple times this season they can in tight contests. Can the Indians do the same? Killian out front toward the right side of things. The squad down 4 to Mossman, the freshman. Back out to Merwin. Killian, 3-ball in rhythm, no good. Rebound Wilson over the top, puts it up and in for 2. Michael Wilson says, I'm 6'5", the guy guarding me is about 6 foot. That's an easy rebound to put back. Wilson, not many points in this contest, but he could put him up in a hurry. What, 6 for him now, Jack?
He's actually got 7, I think.
Yep. Left side, Barker trying the 3. It's no good. Payson Seymour is going to have to hit some of those shots. Barker and Schwartz going to have to find the net at some point. Now here is a pass in the front court. Merwin gets it out to Whalen. Out top, Killian. Mossman, 3-ball on the way for the lead. No good. Wilson, another board. Put back, won't fall. But he's fouled, and he'll shoot 2 shots.
His third offensive board. I told you he could be the difference maker in this one. Foul goes on Richie Martin, his first, team third. More fouls in this half than we had in the first half already. And Wilson can tie the game if he can make them both. First one is good.
Wilson, for the most part, that we've seen him, has been a pretty good free throw shooter. Here comes Turner into the game. Did Turner not have blonde hair the other day?
Sure did.
Yeah, he's got dark hair again.
I don't think it's a wig. Second one, also good. Both teams perfect from the free throw line. We're tied for the first time tonight.
Tied up at 38 points apiece, and you can start to feel that momentum shifting toward the Routt Rockets.
Where's Deeker?
There's a pass now out of bounds. Nyson went to the wing, and the man had cut. He threw it out of bounds. A turnover on the Indians.
Payson's got to get the ball in Brian Deeker's hands. He hasn't hardly touched the ball in this half.
3:30 to play in the third, 38 all. Routt with a chance for their first lead of the contest, correct?
Yep. No lead changes, first tie.
Turner with it out front.
Mossman and Killian are open when they wake up in the morning.
Killian over on the left side of things now. Works it out top to Turner. Lob pass into Merwin. Merwin's got some pretty good height on him, about 6'2". Now to Turner, who had to run it down. Kicks to the wing in Mossman.
Wilson needs to move.
Here's a drive in. It gets it into Wilson. Up, under, and in for 2. Puts it in for a basket and gives Routt a 2-point lead. 40-38 on the Truck scoreboard. 2:43 to play in this third period.
It's got 11, 9 in the quarter.
Right side, Nyson drives the lane. Shot put up, no good. But he's fouled and he'll shoot 2 shots. And that's the kind of aggressiveness. You could tell that time Nyson had that look in his eye like he was going to the rim no matter what. And that's what they need him to have, that confidence that I'm going to go score.
Mossman picks up the foul, his second in the quarter. Nyson to the free throw line, 2 for 2 from there. Both teams are automatic so far from there. 40-38 Routt, first lead of the ball game for them. Nyson's first is no good.
When you need concrete for your next job or project, call Pike County Concrete, 217-285-5548, with locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville. You know, like if you want concrete to make a pair of shoes for a guy who just jinxed you at the free throw line, that's Pike County Concrete.
Ooh. Second one by Nyson is no good. Wilson with the board.
Routt a 2-point lead, and now the basketball. They've weathered the storm in this one. They've trailed by as many as 10.
4 boards and 9 points in the half for Michael Wilson already.
Here's Merwin on the drive in. Gets it to Mossman. Mossman dribble drive, bounces off of Schwartz. Schwartz with a block of the board. 2:11 to play in the third. Indians get the ball to Deeker. Deeker fakes the 3, hands it to Nyson. Set up that pick and roll again. Here's Nyson now, gets by the man, shot it up, no good. A lot of contact there. And the rebound down to Killian. He'll push it ahead. Wilson says, hey, what were you doing, man? We were going to slow it down there. And they'll have a couple of words exchanged and then go high-five one another. Those two played a lot of basketball together over the years.
Well, they came together from Greene County.
1:50 to play in the third. Nyson to the right wing finds Deeker. Deeker off of the screen. Left side, Sparks. A little hesitation. Move to Martin. Martin tries the drive, but the ball knocked loose. It is stolen away by Mossman. He got on the floor after it.
8th turnover, second of the second half.
Into the front court, Killian shovels it out. Mossman back to Killian. Open look three, no good. Wilson, another offensive board, puts it back up and in. Another two for Michael Wilson, and we get a stoppage in play here as Richie Martin's down on the court as he collided with Wilson on that play. Really nice job off of the miss from Killian for Wilson to go after the board. Nobody boxed him out. Yeah, his elbow might have caught, it looks like, Martin that time, and that's why he's down for a moment. 1:23 to play in the third. It's 42-38, the advantage for Routt on top of Payson Seymour. Let's step aside for a quick break on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Rout's biggest lead of the ball game, 42-38. Why? Michael Wilson, 13 points, 11 in the second half. He's got 6 boards, 5 of them in the second half. It's been the Michael Wilson show, like it was the Brian Deeker show. Now you got to see if Deeker and the Indians can answer. 1:23 left third quarter on the Truck scoreboard, 4-point game, and it's Payson basketball.
Into the front court, and with it is Schwartz to Sparks. Right side, Deeker. Deeker to Sparks, top of the key, good again.
They needed somebody to answer.
They needed a spark, and they called on Sparks to make it 42-41, 1:02 to play in the third. Killian with the basketball. Long, now left side, Merwin. Problem with Turner having dark hair again is seeing Long look even more like one another,
Yeah,
don't
they do.
Routt spreading
Long to get the blonde out.
Routt spreading the floor. Payson here with a 1-point lead in 40 seconds to play in the third period. Killian just dribbling out top, and Payson Seymour, they don't mind getting a little extra rest here.
No, but Payson, Routt doesn't want to give Payson any momentum going into the fourth. I think that's a lot of it.
Routt gets the basketball to start the fourth quarter, barring a tie-up in the next 20 seconds. Here's where your shot clock advocates would be yelling.
Shot clock, shot clock.
Killian with the basketball, gets it to Long. Back to Killian with 10. Holds it high to Long with 9. Long puts it on the deck. Dribble drive in. A little scoop shot up and under. And in for 2 by Long. Makes it 44-41. Three-quarter court shot buzzer no good. And sometimes baskets come from unsuspecting guys as Long got the ball on the wing. Faked the pass, put it on the deck, went right to the rim, up and under, little windmill move, good. 44-41 Routt after 3.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Pike County Glass has been serving the local communities with high-quality glass service at affordable pricing for many years. We're now located at 1351 West Washington Street in Pittsfield, next to Farm and Home Supply. We offer all glass services, including commercial installation, auto glass repair and replacement, and glass shower enclosure installation. Call Pike County Glass, 217-285-4275.
Well, Payson had been red hot till that point. They were over 50% until that quarter. Now they're 15-37, 7-21 from the arc. They trail 44-41. Routt 16-42, 35%, 6 of 21 from the arc. Rout's perfect from the free throw line.
What was the scoring differential in that quarter? Routt really made a big swing. Here's Mossman now for a three, and the freshman buries it from the left wing.
15-7 to start. He's got 10.
47-41. He was in the starting lineup and showing you why. Putting the whole area on notice that Mossman's here for a while now. Here's Deeker trying to answer, no good, and Payson Seymour has gone cold from all parts of the floor. Into the front court, Long now for a three, good. Three-pointers raining down now for the Rockets, 50-41. Routt on top, 7:17 to play in the fourth. Deeker from the volleyball line, no good. Rebound, he runs it down himself. To Barker, left wing for three, won't fall. Rebound, Schwartz skies high, puts it up, and an and one opportunity here as he's fouled by Mossman.
Is that Schwartz?
Schwartz.
5 for him. He'll get the and one. Mossman will pick up the foul, his third, fourth team foul. Biggest lead just moments ago was that 9-point lead. Mossman's third. 7:08 left in regulation, and the and one. 4 for 6 is Payson. Up and good.
So a three-pointer, but a little more unconventional way there for the Indians to make it 50-44.
Now you got to get some stops if you're them.
7 minutes left in this contest. Routt, just so many shooters right now.
Well, Michael Wilson had that big third quarter.
Well, that opened things up on the perimeter for their guys, don't you feel like?
Well, they've made them. I mean, they're shooters, no doubt about it. They've been makers this quarter.
Killian out to Merwin. Routt not afraid to be patient, up 6 with 6:38 left.
They're 8 of 23 from the arc, so I mean,
But what are they in the second half?
Let's see.
Here's a near steal. Long runs it down, gets it to Mossman for a three. We'll add another one to whatever it was,
They're 3 for 3 if you wanted to know now. Right now, they're 3 for 3 from the arc in the second half.
Mossman, the freshman, has 13. 53-44 Rockets. Here's Nyson with it for the Indians. Gets by the freshman, kicks right side. Schwartz for a three, in rhythm, no good. And the rebound down to Mossman.
Mossman's doing it on both ends. He's got 4 boards, too, and 13 points.
A 9-point lead and the basketball for the Routt Catholic High School Rockets with 5:55 to play in this fourth quarter.
They're survivors, aren't they?
Here's Killian on a drive, bumped in, fouled by Schwartz on the floor. It will be ball out of bounds underneath for Routt.
Schwartz second, team fourth, 4 fouls on each team in the second half. 5:51 left in the ball game. 9-point lead in the basketball for Routt.
Here's a ball that is tipped, but right into the hands of Moss, but then he throws a pass and stolen away. Into the front court, here's Schwartz on the run out, goes to the rim. Blocked there by Wilson, and a foul call.
Wilson will pick up the foul.
Let's take a look at that one again here in a moment. Wilson, the fourth team foul.
Just his second. That's a 15 foul, by the way.
Little bad pass, breakaway here. They fed Schwartz. Wilson trying to track him down, and got him with the body.
Schwartz's free throw is up and good. 7 for him, or 6 for him now.
Moose Lodge 420. Hey, check them out each Friday with their meal specials. It's a new special each week at the Moose Lodge on West Washington Street in Pittsfield. Moose Lodge 420.
53-45, 5:43 left. Schwartz's second is good. I think he could stand her all day.
53-46 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Into the front court, Killian. Killian drives, bounce pass down to Wilson. Blocked at the last moment by Nyson, out of bounds, and they'll say they don't know who it's going to. They're going to give the ball to Payson Seymour.
Instead it bounced off Wilson. I don't know if you'll be able to tell it or not on the Northwestern Sheila Davids-Meyer replay.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jack, it's hard to see from that angle.
Well, you should have had a camera on the other side.
Looked like it could have gone off Wilson's left hand. I think that's what the officials are saying, but a heads up and hustle play for Nyson defensively. Here's Martin, gets it to Deeker, turnaround shot, rolls through. Good ball movement by the Indians, and they're back within 5.
First 2 of the second half for the man who had 22 in the first half.
Mossman into the front court, backs his way in, back out to Killian.
That means Routt made a good adjustment, did they not?
Well, you're probably not going to score 22 in every half. If you do, you'll score a lot of points. Here's Long left side, dribble drive in, shot up, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
Turnover number 7, third of the second half. Long picks up the foul. That'll be his second. 16 foul, 1-1 the rest of the way. 53-48. Now with a 3, they could cut it to 2.
Guess who that was? That's Richie Martin again stepping in. And he's just making some gritty type of hustle plays for Payson in this contest. 5-point game. Here's a steal by Wilson. Look out. Wilson on the run out. He'll put it up and miss it off the front of the rim. But a foul called here. And he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wilson's been perfect from the free throw line. Deeker will pick up the foul. He was not going to let him have the dunk and the momentum there. 15 foul. Wilson's been perfect from the free throw line. 3 for 3. Has 13 points. 11 of them in the second half. First one up by Big Mike is no good. Get those concrete shoes out again.
Waters Concrete, Tim Waters, the upper quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, sidewalks, or concrete shoes. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052.
Missed them both.
53-48, 5-point game, 4:35 left on the Trucks scoreboard. Sparks with a basketball. He's played some big minutes to Deeker in the lane. Another turnaround shot in for 2.
26.
53-50. Here come the Indians after trailing by 9. They're on a 6-0 run. Killian across to Mossman. He's been a guy that's gotten in some big buckets in this contest, but here's now a steal by Deeker. Deeker, larceny, layup up and in for 2, and a 1-point game.
6 in a row for Deeker.
53-52. Rout's lead down to 1 as the Indians fans doing a little hooping and hollering in the stands. Here's Mossman right side. Gets it out top, Killian. 3:54 left in this contest, and a lot of energy in this gym right now. Killian on the dribble drive, blocked out of bounds. It'll stay underneath here for Routt.
Nice job by Deeker. Richie Martin was ready to take another charge if he needed to.
Killian to trigger for Routt. They're up 1. Lob pass into Merwin, runs it down out front. Into Wilson, isolated there. Ooh, he puts up a turnaround shot. Might have got away with steps.
Did he walk?
Yeah, very well could have, but he made the basket, 55-52. Now Deeker into the front court in a 3-point game, 3:33 left. Martin right wing. Martin was there on the help side defense, maybe just a hair late. A lot of teams have recognized that Wilson really likes to spin to that same side when he gets the ball down low. Left wing with it, Schwartz, 3, good, and we're tied at 55. Tied at 55 points apiece as the Indians just refuse to go away. 3:07 to play. Lob pass, Wilson soars, shot no good, but he's fouled and he'll shoot 2 shots. Let's take a look at that 3 at the other end. They left Schwartz. You knew he could get hot, and he knocks it down, and look at that.
Nice and second, team 6.
A lot of good energy on the bench for Payson Seymour.
Wilson had made 3 in a row, missed his last 2, 55 all, 3:05 left. First one by Wilson is no good. He's missed 3 in a row.
Could break the tie, though, with 3:05 remaining.
Second one is no good. Missed 4 in a row.
Could prove costly. 3 minutes left. Sparks, the freshman out there, along with the sophomore Schwartz out front for this squad from Payson Seymour. They're trying to get it to Deeker, and now Merwin tips it, but right into the hands of Deeker. Tried to throw the pass. Finds Nyson. Schwartz for the 3 and the lead, and it's good! Schwartz tickles the twine from 19-9, and the Indians, after trailing by 9, go on a 14-2 run and lead 58-55.
Second lead change.
Top of the key, Killian trying the 3, and the answer, nothing but nylon. Killian with the tray. We're tied at 58.
He's got 18, first 3 of the second half.
Big time shots for big time players on both sides as they trade punches back and forth here at the 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament. There's been a lot of fantastic contests, and this one is going to be one right up there. 2:12 left. Timeout Routt, tied at 58. Back after this on Central Illinois Sports.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a country financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
.212 left in the ball game, knotted at 58. Routt called the timeout. Payson basketball. We've seen 53 shots behind the arc tonight. 10 of 29 for Payson, 9 of 24 for Routt.
And what a game it has been here.
But is it one for the ages?
I don't know. Might be. 2:05 left. Both of these teams fighting hard, trying to advance into a semifinal. If this is a quarterfinal, what would a semifinal look like? Under 2 to play.
You said these games could be good ones.
Lob pass down to Deeker. Threw a pass. Good defense by Killian. Got the ball side hand on that and deflected it out of bounds.
Killian's got long arms. What a big crowd we've got watching the game now.
1:50 left. We've not seen overtime yet in this 100th Invitational at Winchester. We've not seen an upset yet.
Packed at the elementary school.
Could we see either one of those in this game? 1:44 on the clock to tell us. Barker with the basketball. Gets it over. On the wing now, Schwartz. He's been the hot hand lately. The little sophomore that could. Works it to Deeker.
Can Wilson stay with him out front like that in the 1-4?
He's going to try. Deeker drives, kicks to Nyson, out to Martin, fakes the three, drives in, and travels.
Yep, sure did. 10th turnover, 4th of the second half. Routt's turned it over 4 times in the second half. Wilson didn't get the jump stop, and we've got a substitution. Barker coming out. The end of the game comes Nolan Sparks, who's been a spark. He's got 6 2-3s.
Nolan Turner in for Routt on the other side. 1:20 to play in a game knotted at 58 points apiece. Killian toward the sideline.
Routt just 2 timeouts left. Payson's got 4 left.
Here's a dribble drive in. Merwin, pull-up jumper, rattles it home.
Pretty, his second basket of the game.
Well, Merwin gives us a 60-58 score. A minute to play in regulation.
4th lead change.
Deeker with it out front for Payson Seymour. Going to go at Wilson. Kicks to Nyson. Nyson fakes the pull-up. Back to Deeker. Deeker on the deck against Mossman, and they'll say he gets him with the body for the 6th team foul.
Mossman's 4th foul.
Or is that the 7th? You have 7?
7.
6.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. I was off one.
17 fouls. Deeker to the free throw line. 7 of 9 is Payson. 6 of 10 is Routt. Both of them were perfect for quite a while. This is a 1-and-1, correct? 60-58. He could tie it with 47.3 seconds left. First one up by Deeker, good. 29 for him on the day. Can he give us our 4th tie? 38, 55, and 58. Deeker looking for his 30th. And it's good.
It's good, and we are tied at 60. Timeout taken by Payson Seymour. A full timeout, 47.3 seconds left in the contest. Back with you after this.
The Bank of Bluffs and the Meredosia Community Bank, with 2 locations to serve you in Bluffs and Meredosia. My wife and I have a long history with the Bank of Bluffs and its friendly staff. When we have needed a friend in the banking world, the Bank of Bluffs has always been in the right place for us. The Bank of Bluffs, the small town bank with a big heart for customers. Plus, you are dealing with your friends and neighbors every day. Why be a number when the Bank of Bluffs will treat you with respect and as a friend? The Bank of Bluffs and the Meredosia Community Bank, member FDIC. Two Wheel Trading Company on Facebook. That's your bike dealer. You can find at 110 West Main Street in Mount Sterling, Illinois, or go to @Two Wheels Trading Company on Instagram. Phone 217-257-0463. Your authorized Marin Bikes dealer. Full service on any brand of bike. They're also offering 25% off accessories and safety gear with any new bike purchase in January, plus kicking off a buy one get one free on select 2022 models this month. Two Wheels Trading Company, 110 West Main Street, Mount Sterling.
Routt basketball, 47.3 seconds left in regulation, tied at 60. Tied at 38, 55, 58, and 64 lead changes. Routt basketball, length of the court to go. What do we got, Charlie? One of them barn burners.
Well, Mossman is playing with 4 fouls, but they need him on the offensive side because he's such a key player for this team. So you could see some substitution offense and defense here down the stretch. 60-60, 40 seconds left. Killian has the basketball near the half-court line. Double team comes his way, throws it up, and it's knocked loose. Stolen away. Sparks tried to get it, but they'll say travel. So the two teams will trade turnovers. Good hustle by everybody there.
He's going to lose it either way because the ball came back to Routt even if they don't call the travel. Payson had a chance to steal the ball 2 different times and just couldn't get it completed with bodies flying everywhere. They're all giving it all they got.
He was actually kind of knocked off balance by his own man diving on the floor after it, but have you ever been upset with a kid diving on the floor after a ball? I haven't.
That's the hardest I've seen Chuck Brown work in a year.
And now Payson Seymour wants another timeout. 30.9 seconds left. Timeout by the Indians. They'll have 2 remaining as well. 30.9 seconds left. Back with you after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
30.9 seconds left now. Still tied at 60. Routt basketball front court. We had a pinball going on for a little bit there. Who's going to make that last shot, or will we play an extra 4? Let's see.
I don't think this one's going to be decided in regulation. Do you?
I don't know.
I don't think it should be. Here's Merwin with it. Right side, Turner. Turner with the basketball. Back to Merwin. 20 seconds left in the contest now. Out near the half-court line. They get it to Killian.
Nice.
He had the hot hand early. He's made some big shots like this. Now to Mossman, the freshman. Do they let him try it? To Merwin with 10.
Nice is trying to guard Wilson. Timeout Routt.
Timeout Routt, 9.8 seconds left. They'll have the ball sideline out of bounds, opposite the scorer's table, and they'll be down to 1 timeout remaining. The possession arrow, should there be a tie-up, favors Payson Seymour. The Indians have 2 timeouts. Routt is down to 1. The next foul would put either team in a 1-and-1 situation. Wow, oh wow, what a game in this 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament. A quarterfinal. The winner plays on Thursday night at 8:30 against the winner of the next game, Brown County and Camp Point Central.
And I think it could be the same way.
We are so glad you're with us on Central Illinois Sports. Thank you to Brian Slater, one of our loyal watchers here, and fellow Pike County now.
He helped Coach John in T-ball.
Don't hold that against him. Hey, good time to remind you we'll have the Quincy Shootout coming up January 20th and 21st. 4 of the top 30 teams in the nation going to be in attendance that day. You can watch all the action for $9.99. Go to our YouTube channel for more information there.
Hit your subscribe button right now if you're not a subscriber already too, guys.
Ball out of bounds, 9.8 seconds left. Routt could still call a timeout if they struggle to get it in here. Killian will be the man to inbound. He will throw it to Merwin, still in the front court. Merwin with the basketball. On the dribble drive. Backs in against Sparks. Gets on the baseline 3. Kicks to Killian 2. Killian from the volleyball line for the win. It's an air ball. No good. And we head to overtime. Routt tried to get it like they did last year with Killian from the volleyball line, but this time it's short. And we head to overtime. Tied at 60. Routt and Payson Seymour from Winchester.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Ready to start the overtime period. Both teams do gain a timeout. So Payson Seymour will have 3, Routt will have 2. A fantastic ball game that's seen Payson Seymour lead by double digits, Routt lead by as many as 9, and both teams refusing to go away. Just a relentless effort all the way around on both sides, and who knew that regulation couldn't contain this contest.
Stay tuned for the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, no matter how many overtimes it takes. Deeker leads Payson with 30. Killian on the other side with 18.
I'm here for 7.
Hey, we saw 7 at Petersburg when Bluffs and Carrollton played in the sectional. Can we do it again? I've seen 3 overtimes here in a quarter or semifinal game, Beardstown and Winchester.
Mossman is a guy with 4 fouls for Routt. So have to pay attention to that if you're the Rockets. He's out there right now. Wilson against Nyson, and Brian Sorrell says, man, you guys seem a little antsy about this. The tip is up, and it's controlled by Routt. So the arrow will go Payson Seymour's way on the tie-up. 3:55 to play in overtime. Merwin, Killian, Wilson, Whalen, And the fifth man, Mossman, for Routt. Merwin's got it. He throws it down low to Wilson, trying to isolate him in the paint. Out to Whalen.
That's a spread out 1-2-2.
Gets it to Killian. Merwin on the right side. Will Merwin, the senior, gets it back. Puts it on the deck. Back out Killian as Routt patient here in the first 30 seconds of this first overtime. Tied at 60 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Right side Merwin. Looks to Whalen. Back out Killian. Killian, who had a lot of points in that first half, a little quieter here in the second. Now out near the WC at West Central. Mossman in the corner. Rout's taking a minute off of the clock here in the overtime. Merwin with it. Back out near the center circle, Killian. Routt trying to take the air out of the basketball and the legs out of the defense of Payson Seymour. Tied at 60 points apiece. Top of the key, Merwin. Right up in his grill is Barker. Right side, Killian left alone. Puts it on the deck, drives down to Wilson. Lost it, gets it back, puts it up and in. Michael Wilson, another two.
17 for him now, 15 in the second half.
And makes it 62-60 Routt. They took a minute and a half of the quarter and got the bucket they were looking for.
Of course, the overtime.
The overtime quarter, half a quarter of a quarter. The overtime eighth. How about that? Here's a pass left side, Barker. Barker, Schwartz, Nyson, Deeker, and Sparks for Payson Seymour. Here's a backdoor pass, Schwartz. They overthrew him, and it goes out of bounds, and a turnover on the Indians with 2:10 to play in overtime.
12 turnovers on them, 6 in each half. 8 turnovers on Routt, 4 in each half. Richie Martin back in the game. Barker sits down. The other side, we'll see Mossman come. No, we'll see Whalen come out and Long come in. Mossman's going to stay in. He's on the offense.
They're on offense.
My mistake. Blah, what am I thinking about?
Inbounds pass to Merwin in the backcourt. He'll bring it up against Deeker. Playing the good defense on him. 2 minutes to play in overtime. Routt on top by 2. A big possession right here for the Rockets. Killian, Mossman left side. Back out Killian. Ooh, a dangerous bounce pass there.
I'm surprised he didn't foul Wilson, put him at the line the last time.
Mossman, left side, 3. Tiger for the freshman from downtown.
16.
And we get a timeout called here for Payson Seymour. Good rotation. Mossman nothing but the bottom of the net. 1:43 to play in overtime. Routt up by 5.
Farmers, are you looking for high-yield genetics to help the bottom line on your farm? Contact Lipcomb Seed Sales for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. We have the luxury right now to be offering the highest-yielding soybean lineup Pioneer has offered in 30 years. Couple that with a service that is second to none, and you have a winning combination for your farm. For corn, check out the results of the National Corn Growers Yield Contact and see who's at the top. Maybe today is a good day to revisit Pioneer corn hybrids as well. Contact Aaron, Evan, and Brett today for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. Go Eagles!
Well, it's a 65-60 Routt lead. They've scored all 5 points in the 2 minutes and 17 seconds of this overtime. 1 minute, 43 seconds left in overtime. Payson calls the timeout. If you've ever had a must trip down the court where you needed a bucket, it's probably this one. Mossman with 11 in the second half. Wilson with 15 in the second half.
Mossman maybe not old enough to even know what he just did to put his team on top by 5. Just kind of said, hey, I've played this game before. I'm open for a 3. I'm going to put it up. And he knocked it down with ice water in his veins. 1:43 to play in overtime in a 65-60 contest. Now he'll play on the defensive side and try to stay in the contest as he's got 4 fouls. Here's Schwartz on the right side. Around the horn, ball stolen away. Wilson got the hand of the passing lane. Works it out and is fouled by Nyson with 1:30 left.
I think that's Nyson's 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Bonus situation, Wilson to the free throw line. 65-60. Wilson made his first 3, missed his last 4. 1 in bonus, 1:30 left. First one up, good. 18 for him now.
Makes it a 6-point game. As Sparks is back in, Martin down.
He can make it a 3-possession game or a 2-possession game still with this. What am I saying? Second one good.
It would be 3 now, a 7-point game.
Yep.
1:30 left in overtime. Routt has dominated it so far. Deeker, right side Sparks. Throws it out top, Nyson to Deeker, right wing, three, short, gets his own rebound, puts up a 15-footer, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul here.
Yeah, on
and
Whalen.
Sparks is going to shoot the 1-and-1.
Whalen's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second, 8th team foul. Put Sparks to the free throw line. He's got a pair of threes on the day. Brody Deeker in, Richie Martin in. Nyson sits down with his 4th foul. 67-60, 1:16 left. It's an eternity in overtime, though. Sparks' first is good. Youngsters are making their free throws. 67-61. He can make it a 5-point game with this free throw. Looking for his 8th point of the day and gets it.
A lot of youngsters out there doing their job, aren't they?
You bet.
67-62, 1:15 to play in overtime. Here is a ball in the front court. Mossman has it. They get it to Killian with 1:08 left to play in overtime. Killian playing the keep-away game. Now out front to Merwin, and they'll get him. Will Sparks with 1:03 left.
Sparks picks up the foul, his first, 8th team foul, 1-and-1. Who's our man going to the line? That would be Merwin, who has 4 points, hasn't been to the free throw line. 8 of 11, or 8 of 12 for Routt now, my mistake. Shooting their 13th free throw. 67-62, 1:03 left. It's up and good. Rolled around, hit every part of the rim before it fell in. 68-62. Both of them good. Good job by Merwin.
Big-time shots by Merwin. 7-point game with a minute to play in overtime. Deeker into the front court. He'll shovel it off to Schwartz for the three. Good from downtown, and a timeout going to be called by Payson Seymour. Schwartz knocks down the three to make it 69-65. Look at him come out and shoot this with confidence. Off the screen, Schwartz for three. Good. 55 seconds to play in overtime. Back after this.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
55 seconds left in this first overtime. 69-65 Routt. It'll be Routt basketball. Each team with 8 fouls. 2 timeouts left for Payson, 1 for Routt. Right now, if you're Payson, you've got to really be aggressive. 11 for 15 on the night in free throws for the Routt Rockets.
8-team fouls, so it still would put them in a 1-and-1 situation. First, you're going for a steal here if you're Payson Seymour. Up by 4 is Routt.
Right.
Mossman will throw it in, length of the court to go. He can run the baseline. 55 seconds left in the overtime. Inbounds comes to Merwin, and he'll be fouled immediately by Schwartz. In fact, 0.7 of a second ticks off the clock.
Schwartz picks up his third, 9th team foul. Merwin, who just made 2, has 6 points. Whalen back in. Long sits down. Long on the night, 10 points in the ball game, 5 in each half. Merwin on the night, 6 points, 4 of them coming in this half. 69-65. Merwin makes the first, making their free throws.
He's been a money man.
70-65 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Still a 2-possession game no matter what this time.
Second one, Merwin, good.
But you'd rather be up by 6 than 5 if you're out, right?
Anytime.
And they are. Ooh, a near steal by Wilson. Deeker gets it into the front court. Sparks three, too long. And the rebound down to Killian. He'll be fouled with 44.7 seconds left.
Killian will go to the free throw line where he's 3 for 3. Who was the foul on?
Deeker, his third, team 10th, and Killian to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Double bonus.
Got to fill the bottom block here if you're Payson Seymour, so Barker and Sparks will go down there.
You got to be careful that you don't miss it on the second one and bounce it off around the rim and have it come right back to the shooter.
Yeah, I'd rather get a guy out there.
Yep. First one's no good. I'd have another guy out
now
there
they're going
blocking
to.
him out.
They're going to man the high block here.
There's no way I want somebody to get a cheap rebound there. 6-point game. He can make it a 3-possession game with this one. He's too close, I guess. 3 for 4 from the free throw line, though. Watch him make this one. You bet.
Killian's a good player. Makes it 72-65. 43 seconds to play in overtime. Deeker passes it off to Schwartz. They kind of bully him. He throws one up, no good, and they're going to have
a 3-shot foul, right?
Let's call it 2. We'll call it a 2. We'll see. Watch here. Schwartz pretty alert to get it off. Let's look. He is outside the 3-point line for sure.
Yep, Schwartz to the free throw line to shoot 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3 free throws. 72-65, 37.9 seconds left. That's big because you can make it a 4-point game if you can make all 3. First one is good.
And with the clock stopped.
Schwartz was 17 and now.
Most in the second half in overtime.
He had 3 at the end of the first half. That's right. Second one. Also good. You want to sponsor him in a free throw shooting contest? It'll cost you a couple dollars. I'll just bet you. 72-67, 37.9 seconds left in overtime. Schwartz, third, good. 19.
72-68, still 37.9 seconds to play. Killian in the backcourt. They will foul him with 36.2 seconds. And it's one of those things, if you are Routt and you make free throws now, you will more than likely win this contest. But you've got to make the free throws now down the stretch.
Sparks is second, double bonus situation. 13 of 19 from the free throw line. 72-68, 36.2 seconds left. Killian's first is no good. How much harder does it get after you start missing them?
I never really made him to know the difference.
We couldn't even make them on our driveway, and that was with about a 9-foot basket.
I couldn't make him with a little Tykes basket. What are you talking about?
I couldn't make them by hitting the floor. Second one up by Killian. Good.
He makes that one and makes it 73-68 on the Trucks scoreboard. 35 seconds to play. Payson Seymour still got a single timeout. Here's a 3. Deeker from downtown. And let's call that a 3. Yes, okay. I think they were trying to clarify that. Payson Seymour calls the timeout, and is that their final timeout?
I think they got one left, don't they? Oh, no, they don't. They don't. I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong side of the board. They're out. 73-71, right?
Well, I have it as 73-71, or are they calling that a 2?
Was that a 3 or a 2, boys?
Right now on the board it says 73-70, so they're calling it a 2, a 2-pointer. So we will as well, 73-70.
Yep. John Walter said a 2-pointer. That sure looked like a 3. What did you think? Did you see the replay?
Nope. Didn't get it in time. 27.4 seconds left.
I was that excited too.
We'll fire the guys in the truck. 27.4 seconds remaining in a 73-70 contest.
That's a big one right there, though, you know, whether it was a 3 or a 2. Might not be if Routt makes their free throws, of course.
Right now it's a 3-point game, and Payson Seymour now is out of timeouts.
Now that's really huge. 27.4 seconds left.
Being told from the guys in the truck that his foot was on the line. All right, thanks, guys.
Good call, ref.
Inbounds pass comes into Merwin. He'll be fouled by Brian Deeker. 26.4 seconds left, and he'll shoot the double bonus.
That's Brody Deeker, by the way.
Brody by Brian Deeker's little brother, Brody.
Exactly. 2 free throws for Merwin. He's the 3 for 3 from there.
Either one makes it a 2-possession game, and he will shoot 2.
73-70, 26.4 seconds left. First one by Merwin is good. Nice job by him. He's got 8.
They've been playing the free throw game for a while now in this one.
74-70. If you're Payson, you got to shoot it quick either way.
Can't stop the clock.
Second one is no good.
Rims in and out, 74-70. Here come the Indians into the front court. Barker gets it into Sparks. Nyson, Deeker from the volleyball line off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound down to Killian with 15.3 seconds left. He'll be fouled.
Killian can seal the deal.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, he can seal the deal. You have no timeouts left.
Kind of.
Killian walks to the free throw line. 20 points on the night. He has made 3, 4, 5 out of 7 on the evening. Shoots 2. First one by Killian. No good. Routt's given Payson a chance from the free throw line.
If you're Payson Seymour, you have to take a shot now with more than 5 seconds on the clock.
Yep. Second one. He makes
Good.
the second each time.
75-70. Inbounds pass to Deeker. Gets it to Nyson. Nyson toward the front court. Trying to make a decision with 10. Left side, Barker, 3. High archer, no good. Rebound down to Merwin, and with 6 seconds left, he can seal the deal.
Merwin with 8 points, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. 6 of them coming in the second half. Rout's going to live to play in the semifinals. Payson did what we thought they could do. They gave them everything they had. 16 of 24 from the free throw line for the Rockets. First one up by Merwin is short.
Rout's going to win this game, but Payson Seymour has improved immensely since we saw them the first week of the season. And you have to give credit to Coach Dushinsky and his staff and the players for continuing to work as Routt takes a timeout. They'll have one remaining. 6 seconds left in overtime. We'll step aside for the short break as well on Central Illinois Sports.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
After the timeout, Routt will shoot one more free throw. They're up 75-70. Tell you what, the first half was the Killian and Deeker show. In the second half, each one of them has been formidable. But Merwin, Long, Wilson, Mossman on one side, Swartz, Sparks, even Martin in the second half have all done a nice job.
This game has shown the true depth of both of these teams.
It's up, and it's good.
6-point game, 76-70. Nyson will get it. He'll get it to Deeker into the front court. He'll turn around, put up a 3. It's no good. And the final of this one is Routt 76. Payson Seymour 70 in overtime. And a fantastic matchup in the quarterfinal of this 100th Winchester Invitational Tournament. We take you to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. We'll have final stats and name our player of the game next.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
State Representative C.D. Davidsmeyer wants to wish all of the teams the best of luck in this year's Winchester Invitational Tournament. C.D. Davidsmeyer would also like to take the opportunity to congratulate the Winchester and West Central Cougars communities on 100 years of providing the best tournament experience. Thank you to all who continue to make this event a success. That message from State Representative C.D. Davidsmeyer.
Well, welcome back to the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. Illini Community Hospital has been serving the community since 1942 with excellent health care services, primary specialty care, emergency medicine. Illini here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. It was 18-11 after one quarter. Routt 34-30, or Payson 34-29 at half. Routt led it 44-41 after 3, tied at 60 in the overtime. Routt wins it in the overtime by a final count of 76-69. to 70. Payson was 24 of 54, 44%, 12 of 36 from the arc, 14 of 18 from the free throw line, led by Brian Deeker with 30 on the night. 19 from Blake Swartz, 16 of those in the second half. Nolan Sparks with 8. Also 6 points for Richie Martin. Nyson on the night had 4 points in the ball game. And the other side, Routt was 23 of 53, 47%, 10 of 27 from the arc, 27%, 17 to 26 from the free throw line, 65%, led by Nolan Killian with 21 points. Michael Wilson, 19 points, 17 of those in the second half. Will Merwin had 9.7 of those in the second half. Isaac Long had 9, 7 of those in the second half. Bryson Mossman, 16, 11 of those in the second half for their squad to get the win.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And, man, it could go to a lot of people in this one, but that big second half by Michael Wilson, especially the third period, brought Routt back in this contest, and they survive and advance in the championship bracket to the semifinal on Thursday night. 76-70, Routt beats Payson Seymour. We step aside for our coverage on Central Illinois Sports. We'll have Brown County and Camp Point Central for you in just a few moments on the Central Illinois Sports YouTube